Good evening and welcome to Wright Tree Stadium on the campus of Wasatch High School. Tonight, KSL Sports in Heber City for the season opening football game between the Wasatch Wasps and the Cedar High Reds. The Reds, the defending state 3A champions. They won the first state title in school history last year with a perfect 13-0 record. I'm David James. I'll be with you on Thursday and Friday nights all season long. Jeremiah Jensen on another game Thursday and Friday nights all season long. This opening week, we're going to have 27 high school football games across 3 days, tonight, Friday, and Saturday. You can enjoy them all on KSLSports.com and the KSL Sports app. Tonight, I'm joined by analyst Brian Brown. Brian, welcome into the broadcast booth. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Great to be here tonight, DJ. Thank you for having me on board. What a great way to kick off this football season. High school football, the roots of the sport, hands down. And we've got an absolute winner of a matchup tonight here with Wasatch and Cedar.
Let's start with our Trucordia players to watch. A season opener, you don't know exactly what to expect. But for Wasatch, we're going to keep our eyes on a rare bird for the Wasps. An experienced senior, Ryan Ball, who starts on the defensive line. He'll back up on the O-line. Honestly, I think he could have started on either one. They just didn't want to play him both ways. But he'll be deployed on the defensive line tonight. They do have other seniors. We'll get to their stories. They've got a senior who played basketball for 2 years and hasn't played recently. When it comes to experienced seniors in the starting lineup, he's it.
Yep, it's Ryan Ball. Coach Bringhurst told us before the game, 3 returning starters here, and it's just that senior in Ryan Ball, but also you mentioned Cole Moore, who had been playing basketball, will line up at the wide receiver position, and we'll see a lot of newcomers talent-wise with this Wasp roster, but it is a roster that they believe has a lot of talent and potential.
And the player to watch, the Trucordia player to watch for Cedar High School, Braxton DeMille, running back, coming off a 1,400-yard season as he helped them to that undefeated season and that state championship.
Yeah, and just a magical run of a season last year. And you talk about running the ball. That's something that Cedar wants to do with DeMille. You've got a trifecta of DeMilles on this squad. You're going to hear that name a lot. But the motor really starts with Braxton. And if they can get a ground game going tonight for Cedar, it could be a long night for Wasatch.
All right, we're going to have a Skin Science Institute kickoff here. Wasatch in the brown and gold is going to kick off. They're going to move from right to left. The wind is out of the south, and we were down on the field. It was blowing pretty good. It's out of the south, pretty strong wind, a little diagonal from the far side to the near side. But he's going to have the wind at his back here as he kicks this off. And Cedar in the white with the gold pants and the gold helmets. They will receive and get the ball first here to kick off the 2026 season. So here's the Skin Science Institute kickoff. And we are ready.
Wasatch with a highly rated young kicker. He's just a sophomore. We'll see how he deals with that swirling wind.
Austin Wild sends it deep with the wind at his back. It is in the end zone. That is a touchback. And so the season is underway. A good kickoff for Austin Wild, who, as you mentioned, highly touted, too young to be recruited right now. Well, they're recruiting, they're looking at him, but too young to be contacted directly and officially offered.
You know, and when you have a weapon like that on special teams, DJ, it's like Ron McBride said, 2 or 3 things can happen on a special teams play. 2 of those are bad. You got the good result automatically there. That's going to be something Coach Bringhurst and his staff are going to love.
Jackson Mann, the quarterback, in the shotgun. He's got Braxton DeMille to his left. 3 wide receiver set. They're going to hand off and run it right up the middle, 5 yards on first down.
And not a surprise, Coach Ty Hyatt, he loves to run the ball. You can see the get off, the drive immediately. Good 5-yard pickup. We love to stay on schedule when you're an offensive coordinator. Coach Hyatt calling the plays. He's looking to set that tone early.
Jackson Mann actually got a couple of starts with the varsity as a sophomore. He was the backup, and injury opened opportunity for him. He played a couple games last year. He split time on the JV with his backup, Colt Kelly. Here's the ball out into the flat to the left side. Close to a first down, but a little short. Hunter Burgess, the junior, with a 4-yard gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1 at the 29.
A lot of new starters this year for Cedar. Not a lot of returning. 4 on offense, 4 on defense. So you're going to see some of this early action to the sideline, trying to get guys comfortable, trying to get those nerves settled. First day of school yesterday, drove up here this morning. A lot on the plate for Cedar today.
3rd and 1, they'll stay in the shotgun. Will the ball go back to DeMille? Handoff. DeMille shakes the first two, spins out of another tackle. He's across the 35. First down, a pickup of 8 on 3rd and 1.
You talk about an experienced asset like DeMille, and you see it on that occasion. It's the first game, a lot of jitters. He's able to break a couple tackles, get the first down, get a few more yards, keeps the ball in tight, and they're moving the chains for the Reds.
Defensive coordinator Alex Flack, head coach Derek Bringhurst will be showing the video of that this week, saying we can't have the 5th guy making the tackle.
That's right. I'm not sure if it's good or bad that you got filmed this early, but Coach Bringhurst will break it down.
1st and 10 at the 38, and there's the first flag of the season, and wouldn't you know, to be pre-snap.
Not a surprise. We talked about it pre-show. Probably going to see a lot of flags. Probably going to see a few miscues here and there, missed tackles, etc. It is the first game of the season. I apologize for anybody who's taking extra sips of their Coca-Cola at home. You're going to hear miscues a lot on this broadcast from me. Not quite drink with Dunny levels, but you know.
Old school reference right there for Real Salt Lake fans.
Try to keep the community tight around here.
1st and 15 for Cedar at their own 33. It's Braxton DeMille with a short gain, and now they are behind the chains, 2nd and 12, and the Wasatch defense has an opportunity to get off the field here in the next couple plays.
Yeah, it's a nice job of that Wasatch defense of coming to the ball, gang tackling DeMille to try and get him down. They're really trying to wash that defensive line, work those angles up front. Good adjustment there by Wasatch.
Second and 12 at the 36. Man rolling, throwing, incomplete, on target, but Cutler Tom, the sophomore, couldn't hold on. It's going to be 3rd and long.
Yeah, like the call there from Coach Hyatt, one of those timing rhythm plays where the execution doesn't quite line up. They're able to get hands on it, got to secure that catch next time around. You'll live with it for this first series, but now it puts Cedar in 3rd and long, and this is never happy territory for any play caller. Unless you're on defense, I guess. I don't really worry about the defensive guys, though.
That was a short pitch and catch. He would have run out of bounds. It wasn't going to be a big play, but he could have gotten about half the yardage. But instead of 3rd and 6, it's 3rd and 12. DeMille in motion. Going to throw it to the other side. Hunter Burgess across the 40, picks up a little yardage, but he's going to come up well short of the first down. It'll be 4th down and about 7. And presumably Cedar is going to punt it away, and yes, to send the special teams out onto the field.
And you can see Coach Hyatt being aware of the fact that they're breaking in so much new talent here. Goes with a safe call, wide receiver screen over there, able to generate a little bit of yardage. But again, DJ, you talk about the miscue early on that puts you behind schedule, and it just throws you off. So even if you do have a play script, which a lot of these guys do, it's just not enough to get the job done. Now you got to kick it away.
Cody Stevenson punts it away, caught at the 23-yard line. And a short return right there for Wasatch. The Wasps will take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. We'll take a break and be back with the Wasps' first possession in a moment right here on KSL Sports.
Oh, hold up, sweetie. Hospital bills from the accident piled up and insurance company just won't pay for it. Bike's gotta go.
After a car wreck, the insurance company wants you to settle fast for less than you deserve. Don't let them.
Before you talk to the insurance company, talk to us.
Craig Swap and Associates fights to make sure you don't leave money on the table. One call, that's all.
801-444-4444.
First and 10 for Wasatch. It's quarterback keeper. Short run out across the 30-yard line to about the 31. Pickup of 3 yards for Bryce Harr, the junior quarterback. And that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Hart actually went through a quarterback competition with sophomore Axel Wheeler. Coach Bringhurst said he won the job fair and square. You can see he brings a little bit of athleticism to the play. Let's see how they do on second down here.
Motion one man into the backfield, but it's tripped to the left. One receiver to the right. Oh, got bumped before he threw it. Complete to the near side. Good cut by Grady Coombs. Brings it outside across the 40. He's got a first down.
Again, talk to Coach Bringhurst pregame. He has a lot of confidence in this group, their ability to spread the ball around. Grady Coombs got it started with the punt return there. Wasn't able to fully showcase the moves. He sure does it well here. Wasatch doing a little bit of they're going full huddle there, I guess. Well, that's a good first down conversion. Gets those nerves settled, builds some rhythm.
One of 4 sophomores starting on offense for Wasatch. Partly a fact that 23 seniors graduated last year, but also the new high school, Deer Creek, opening up here. There's a low snap. Good job by Hart to scoop it up. He'll throw complete out across midfield. Cole Moore close to another first down. That'll be a gain of about 9. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Cole Moore talked about him on the opening of the broadcast, came over to the football program, been a basketball player. You can see the versatility. They're running a crossing route essentially with him. He's able to scoop that in and get an 8-yard gain on first down. You will take that every single time as a play caller.
He did play football as a freshman, but stepped away to play hoops the last 2 years. All this specialization. What happened back in the day?
TJ, I'm old enough to remember when you played every sport.
Yeah, at least tried, right?
Left out was my favorite.
Trips to the left again. Bryce Hart to throw deep, and he's got a man complete down to the 25-yard line. Wyatt Washburn, who's also a basketball player, the junior with the big gain and back-to-back first downs for the Wasps, moving the ball through the air.
We saw him pregame. He's got a monster frame. He looks like he's built to play wide receiver. You can see the trust Bryce Hart has in him. Throws it up there, knows Washburn's going to bring it down. That's a big first down. And now Wasatch threatening here. Not quite red zone territory, but we're close.
34-yard gain, 1st and 10 at the 26. Bunch formation to the left. This time they're going to hand it off, and nothing there. Good work by the defensive line for Cedar. So Austin Wild had nowhere to go. Austin Wild not expected to start at running back in this game, but earlier this week, Parker Cottle was hurt. Another sophomore is supposed to be starting. Suffered an injury. He's out tonight. They're waiting to see this potential that it's more serious. He'll miss a lot of games, possibly season ending, and he was expected to have a big impact. There's not a lot of depth on this team with the new high school opening. Obviously, everybody wants to play, right? Players are going to split up. There's a low snap, and they'll just fall on it, and that's going to turn 2nd and 1 into 3rd and long.
Twice now on this drive already, we've seen a low snap, something to monitor for sure.
Yep.
I can guarantee you Coach Bringhurst is on the headset talking to the O-line coach, saying fix it. And you mentioned it, DJ. This is not a big roster, but it's a group that's trying to two-platoon. They're trying to go offense and defense. And so, our first game of the season, you're learning on the fly. I think the best coaches are the ones who can make those adjustments and see it through successfully to the end of the game, getting a win. But it is an adventure. There's no doubt about that.
3rd and forever now. Over the middle and a little overthrown and high and incomplete. Intended for Cole Moore down about the 10-yard line. That would have converted it.
Yeah, Hart seeing the blitz look ahead of time. They're showing double A gaps there, but really the pressure comes from the outside. You wonder if he maybe felt just a little bit rushed on that one over through the receiver.
I'm a little surprised they went for all of it there on 3rd and 18 because it'd be a 50-yard field goal. That's a long, but it's pretty close to punt. Well, they're going to try the 50-yard field goal. Now, he does have the wind at his back.
This is right about where Coach Bringhurst said he feels comfortable with his kicker.
And now there's a flag, and that is a late substitution coming off the field. Again, something you see sometimes in opening games, a little confusion. Confidence at the 50 is one thing for a 50-yard field goal, but a 55-yard field goal, even with the wind at your back? Yeah, I've been at high school games in the state of Utah. I've seen multiple 63-yard field goals. They're going to try a 55-yarder here.
Do my best move being an impression if this one goes in.
Oh, they got a jump, they got a flag, and that 55-yarder is going to go right back to 50. So turnabout's fair play.
A little chess match there for kids watching at home who don't know what chess is. It's a game we used to play on a board. I believe they have it apps on computers and phones now. But you see that going back and forth, back to where we started. But this is high school football at its purest form. Get a little bit of chaos, miscues, and finally we'll get to see if we actually get a field goal here.
They're playing chess with kids in other countries, Grandpa. Austin Wild, a 50-yard field goal attempt. The hold is good. The kick has got the distance. It's wide left. But we've got whistles. Did we have a timeout called? No, we have a penalty. Illegal motion. So we'll just keep doing this dance. Back 5 yards, forward 5 yards, back 5 yards. So it'd be a 55-yarder. Well, we know with this wind he's got the leg. We just saw it, but it wasn't on target. It was wide left.
And we'll see if he's got the mentality to make the adjustment.
The sophomore Austin Wild, 55-yard field goal. Good hold. He's got the distance.
Wow.
Yes! The first points of the year for Wasatch, a 55-yard field goal.
It did not come without obstacles, DJ, but Austin Wild nails it through the uprights, puts the Wasps ahead 3-0 here in the first quarter. That's our first points of the season. As a guy who was never special enough to be on special teams, I'm ecstatic by that. What a kick by Wild. Woo!
Let's take a break. Wasatch has a lead 3-0. You're watching KSL Sports.
Come on over here, get closer. Let me show you these trailers we got. Big dump, small dump, get the gooseneck. Loaded up with an ATV trailer. Flatbed, aluminum. Tilt trailers. Come check out these trailers.
You never know how life's best adventures might begin. Our closest friends can often come by surprise. Our favorite memories are shaped by the experiences we share. Our brightest moments happen when someone believes in us. See yourself in a brilliant future at Weber State.
Welcome back to Wright Tree Stadium on the campus of Wasatch High School. We're in Heber City tonight for the 2026 season opener. KSL Sports expanding our coverage of high school football and high school sports. We're going to have state championships, both streaming and on TV all year long. Got multiple games on the app tonight, KSLSports.com. Wasatch with a 3-0 lead, and after that 55-yard field goal, Austin Wild will kick off. This one does not make it into the end zone like his first one. And we got a big return up the left side, across the 30, across the 40, out to the 45-yard line. Very impressive, Hunter Burgess, but there is a flag on the ground back at the 28-yard line.
Oh, Hunter Burgess. I had a good one in the can for you there. Looks like we're going to have a mistake that brings this one back, but what a play by Burgess to read the gap, get outside, cut upfield, and use that speed to pick up the yardage that unfortunately will get taken away by this penalty. Holding one of those penalties as a former offensive lineman, DJ, I don't love it. I feel like we're all out there just trying to give each other hugs. The officials, they just see it differently from me.
Hard to believe.
Glad
to know the offensive line union is well represented tonight on the broadcast. All right, they're going to put the ball back at the 20-yard line.
Looks like we're going to get a timeout of some sort here.
Well, we got a timeout. Let's take a break. You're watching Wasatch and Cedar High, and we are going to have a break for a weather delay. There was a storm over Provo a half hour ago. It's moving this way, lightning in the area. They are sending both teams to the locker room. So, we're going to have a break in the action here. 5:16 to play in the first quarter. Both teams have had a possession. Cedar punted. Wasatch got a 55-yard field goal to take a 3-0 lead. All right, we will take a short break, and we will be back to talk a little high school football with you. What are Brian and I going to talk about? I don't know. We'll decide during the break. Stick around on the other side. We can all be surprised together. We're in a weather delay here at Wasatch High School. Wasatch with a 3-0 lead in the first quarter. More in a moment. Stay with us right here on KSL Sports.
Nobody in Utah has more Toyota trucks than Orem Toyota. With multiple Toyota locations, we simply carry more trucks than anyone. And every single one comes with one simple promise. The price you see online is the price you pay. That's our full offering price with every dealer add-on and a $499 dock fee included. You only add tax, title, and registration. No games, no gimmicks, and no surprises. Orem Toyota, you lead the way. Shop every truck online today at oremtoyota.com.
He's out across the 40-yard line. Braxton DeMille with a 21-yard gain and a first down for Cedar.
Braxton DeMille making up for what Hunter Burgess had taken away on the kickoff return. You can see his explosiveness as a running back. He's just so good between the tackles, gets the big gain. Cedar up, ready to run. 1,400
yards rushing for him last year. Switches over to the quarterback's right side, and they'll go right back to him. Stumbling, tripping, but still, man, north-south right there. No wiggle to that. He just stumbles out to the 45-yard line, picks up 4 yards on first down, brings up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, he's a good downhill runner, does well in between the tackles. He's not huge by any means, but you can see the way that he's able to break those arm tackles of this inexperienced Wasatch defense. Those linebackers are going to have to tackle up, have to tighten up that tackling technique.
2 juniors and a sophomore in the linebacker core. They're going to throw it on 2nd down. And is that a good catch at the 47-yard line? Wasatch thinks he trapped it. And it looks like they're going to give him the catch. And that'll be a first down. They move the chains.
Tough angle for the officials to get a clear view of that. And without any clear view, the consensus of opinion is that it's a catch. So Cedar doesn't have to worry about a replay or anything like that at this level. They can huddle up and roll with it. There's no call that's going to be overturned on that one.
Cedar coming out of the long lightning delay, 3 plays, 2 first downs, 33 yards. They've got a 1st and 10 at the Wasatch 47. Abel Harling in motion, comes back to the near side to throw a block, and straight ahead to the 45-yard line. Braxton DeMille with some tough yards. Second effort gets him a little inside the 45, down to the 44. A 3-yard gain.
Well, we all learned at the feet of Kyle Whittingham, he loves a running back that falls forward. You're seeing a lot of that with Braxton DeMille. He's got the quickness to hit the hole, but his offensive line is moving people right now. They are getting off the ball. They're moving their feet, and they're taking those Wasatch defenders in every direction to create those creases.
Jackson Mann, the senior, making his 3rd start at a varsity game. Had 2 starts as a sophomore. He's going to hand off. DeMille again, hit at the line of scrimmage, gets a yard or 2, and now gang tackled and finally brought to the ground. Burke Cedar, the junior, co-captain, was the first to hit him, and then the rest of the team rallied to the ball.
You can hear the Wasatch fans cheering him on. That was a needed play from that defense. Time to stiffen up was right then and there. They did it, gang tackled, able to push DeMille back. Now you're going to force Cedar to think about this one a little bit. Do you put the ball in the hands of your inexperienced quarterback, or do you keep trying to chip away with that offensive line in DeMille?
3rd and 7. They could punt it here. Might be 4-down territory. Probably depends on how close and how much of the yardage they pick up right here. Handoff straight up the middle, inside the 40. That is close to a first down. That is another running back, Owen Burton, the senior, the backup running back who's actually expected to get some carries and split some time here tonight. His first carry of the game, down to the 40, a 4-yard gain. So a manageable 4th and 3, and they're not sending out the punt team. They're going to go for it.
And they've averaged at least 3 yards on every carry here since the restart.
I should say it appears they're going to go for it. It's 4th and 3. They may just be trying to draw the penalty. We saw several of them. 3 in a row on three straight attempted snaps before the field goal kick. Jackson Mann looks over to the sideline. They're going to run a play. They are not. So Wasatch stays disciplined, doesn't jump, It was worth a try. We've got timeout on the field. Timeout Cedar.
Because now he decides to exercise. Yes, this was the best angle.
Life can get a little messy.
No way. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Best day ever.
Some taps create chaos.
No.
Tap Spend gives you 1% cash back when you spend and 2.75% APY when you don't. Tap responsibly. Visit tapbank.com.
All right, 4th and 3. Cedar huddled up. They're still not sending out the punt team. They got to look at the Wasatch defense, but did Wasatch change the call or the alignment? A little confusion for Wasatch as they switch the 2 interior defensive linemen. 4th and 3 at the 40. Andrew Brinkerhoff in motion. Quarterback keeper, he pulls it down the sideline. First down, out of bounds. Jackson Mann converts on 4th and 3. A big gain for the Cedar Reds.
Brilliant call from Ty Hyatt there. They would have had the first down either way, but the quarterback keeper gets the big gain. And man, oh man, what a run from Jackson Mann.
It looks like they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 24-yard line. So a pickup of 16 and a penalty at the end. We've got a personal foul on Wasatch. I thought when he got shoved, he was already out of bounds. So the 16-yard gain takes the ball to the 24. Now it'll be half the distance to the goal. That'll move the ball from the 24 down to the 12. And the Reds are in the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 12.
Talk about miscues at the beginning of the broadcast, and that's a big one there for Wasatch. Got to keep your head. Granted, things are a little bit out of control here because of the weather delay, but.
Handoff. DeMille spins, breaks that first tackle, gets close to the 10, maybe a little inside it. They never get him to the ground, but the whistle blows to end the play. And we'll see where they spot his forward progress. The 10, they're going to set the ball down at the 9-yard line. Pick up a 3, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, nice, easy 3-yard gain there. You see a much better job of Wasatch filling their gaps. But what's really impressed me with this drive is the way that Cedar's offensive line has opened up creases for DeMille. You see they have so much concern with him in the run game and allowed Mann to pick up that big one. I would have to believe you stick with the run game here. Maybe you go with a little flick out there to the boundary.
Clock's running, 33 seconds left in the first quarter. It's Braxton Mills straight ahead, wrestled to the ground at the 6-yard line. Another 3-yard gain. That'll bring up 3rd and 4. And now it's up to Cedar to see if they want to run another play here in the first quarter, or with 3rd and 4 coming up, if they want to talk about it, they can just let the clock run out. And we're down to 10 seconds on the clock. They haven't broken the huddle yet. I don't think they're going to.
Yeah, I think you're right, and it's savvy move by Coach Hyatt. Well,
they break it, but 2-1, 0's on the clock, and there's a whistle, and we will switch ends of the field. So the first period ends with the Wasatch Wasps riding the 55-yard field goal to the game's opening score. They lead 3-0, but Cedar threatening as the second quarter begins in a moment right here on KSL Sports.
To dare mighty things means to embrace challenges. It means to welcome a high-energy culture that prioritizes belonging. To dare mighty things means drawing inspiration from experienced faculty and alums who encourage you to think big. It means to be a part of time-honored traditions while also forging new ones. To dare mighty things means celebrating your achievements with pride and joy, knowing you can make a difference by daring to be great. Join us at the Huntsman School of Business, where we dare mighty things. That's the Huntsman difference.
Welcome back to Wasatch High. The second quarter gets underway. The Wasps lead 3-0, but Cedar threatening to take the lead. We've already seen him go for it on 4th and 3. They're facing a third down. They're going to mark the ball at the 7-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and 5 at the 7. But if they can pick up 2.5, 3 yards a pop, assuming they have a decent play on 3rd down, I expect to see them go for it on 4th, don't you?
And that's the benefit of the situation, right? You can make this play call with the presumption that you've got a 4th down call in your pocket too, if you like.
Braxton in the middle of the workhorse running back will, it's a fake the handoff. They'll throw underneath, touchdown. Jackson Mann goes underneath for the first touchdown pass of the season, and Cedar takes the lead.
Coach Hyatt saves his best call for when they need it the most. Nice little fake there. Mann with the easy throw, and that is as smooth a touchdown as you'll see. The Reds going up 6-3 pending that PAT.
Cody Stevenson in to attempt the try. Swenson on the hold.
The extra point is up and good. Cody Stevenson converts, and Cedar takes a 7-3 lead on the first play of the second quarter. Wasatch will get the ball back for their second possession right after this break, right here on KSL Sports.
Strong Volkswagen is setting you free. Free from high payments and high interest rates. It's our Freedom to Drive sale. Lease a new 2026 Volkswagen Jetta S from $199 a month. Get rates as low as 1.9% APR. Or save up to $5,000 on select new VW models. Plus oil changes are only $59.95. And every vehicle is backed with our no-charge lifetime warranty. Only at Strong Volkswagen. Break free from high prices during our Freedom to Drive sale. Visit strongvw.com.
Hi, I'm Mila. This is my story. I learn anywhere with Utah Online School. I live in Utah, and sometimes I live in Washington, D.C. I go to museums, monuments, and learn history. They are my classroom.
Utah Online School surrounds students with a team that helps them strive, grow, and compete at their highest level.
I can learn anywhere.
Utah Online School, built for focus, powered by support. Visit utahonline.org today.
Welcome back to Wasatch High School. Cedar takes the lead on the touchdown pass. Jackson Mann off the play fake to the junior Riker Janes. Janes goes in untouched. Cedar takes a 7-3 lead. 11:54 to go in the first half after a long lightning delay. Cody Stevens will kick it off for Cedar, and that ball just boom to the back of the end zone, a touchback, and Wasatch will take over at the 20-yard line. The question, I think now, is are they going to be able to throw the ball when the conditions aren't as favorable? The field's wet, a little slick. Before the break on the first possession, they converted a 3rd and long. They had another big play down the middle of the field to set up the field goal.
And it may not be coming through on the camera too well, but you can see up towards the lights, there's just a faint hint.
It's raining.
Coming
down.
Yeah.
The water's still falling. They can wipe the ball off, and it'll stay dry for a few seconds, and by the time you throw it, it's wet again.
But we haven't really seen Wasatch establish the run game. We'll see if they start out here.
They're going to hand it off straight up the middle. Nothing there. Excellent work by the Wasatch defense. They shut that down in a hurry.
Yeah, great job by Evan Forrester, the defensive tackle. Sheds his block, makes the tackle there. And this defensive line, I have to brag a little bit, coached by a former teammate, Aaron Poha. They came to play. They're here to stop the run.
Senior Evan Forrester with the stop for Cedar. Wasatch going to try again here on 2nd and 10. 5 receivers, no back. Quarterback draw. First down. Almost to midfield. A huge gain as Bryce Hart keeps it and goes for 29 yards.
Bryce Hart scampers for the first down and more. We talked about it in the pregame. His athleticism is a weapon. Wasatch showing it there. That's going to loosen up this defense. And even more than that, DJ, gives them an opportunity to do what they did so well in that very first drive, which is throw the ball.
Hart has Austin Wild behind him. Trips in a bunch formation to the near side. 1st and 10, they'll run it right up the middle. Broken tackle, Wild bounces it outside, and they finally get him over to the sideline. But a nice game. 9 yards after contact. And that would bring up a 2nd and 1, except we have a flag down at the 48-yard line, and Wasatch is backing up.
Yeah, I wonder if this one's going to be a hold. And there's the confirmation from the official. It's a shame that that one gets wiped off. Parker Cottle not able to go tonight for Wasatch, but you're seeing Austin Wild stepped up, did a nice job. You just hate to see a big run like that negated by a penalty, and more so digging yourself deeper into a hole now that you didn't have to be in.
10:38 to go in the first half. Wasatch with a 1st and 20. And they're going to throw it, and there was a ball that could have been caught, but Cole Moore just can't hang on to it at the 45-yard line. That would have been a nice game. They could have gotten the penalty yardage back there for sure, maybe more.
Yeah, Cole Moore had plenty of space, and the former basketball player now playing football just bobbled that one a little bit, almost bobbled it in the hands of a Cedar Reds defender, but another low snap, DJ. We saw that a couple times during that first drive. Something to monitor because that can always disrupt timing even just a little bit.
2nd and long. They're going to go back to the quarterback draw. This time Cedar reads it a yard, maybe 2, as Bryce Haar is brought down pretty quickly.
Yeah, fool me once, shame on you. Cedar Reds weren't going to be fooled twice on that one. Contained it well, no gain essentially, and now Wasatch forced with 3rd and super long. We'll see what they decide to do here. You're at good enough field possession where you could probably just try and pick a little bit out and kick it away, but I don't know if you really want to take a shot this early.
Officially, that's no gain. It's 3rd and 20 for Wasatch at their own 38-yard line. And a flag. And Wasatch is going to be looking at a 3rd and 15 here momentarily.
That's always a good way to get it back. If you can get 5 yards the easy way, it changes up your play call just that much. When we saw that little slant route to Cole Moore, you could call that easily here and potentially pick up the 1st down.
The rain continues to fall here at Wasatch. Will the Wasps be able to throw the ball in these conditions? 3rd and 15. Rolling out, throwing, low and safe, but that's skipped in. Better to underthrow and take the incompletion to overthrow and get it picked off. It was intended for Grady Coombs. The sophomore went to the ground, but the ball never got to him. He had no chance to make that catch. He was a little short of the marker. It would have been about 4th and 3 or 4, but now it's 4th and 15, and Wasatch is going to punt it away.
Yeah, Hard never really had a clean pocket there, and like you said, better to throw low, live to play another play, and we'll kick this one away. But again, Wasatch, late man running onto the field. Those are the kinds of mistakes they got to clean up.
Running back Austin Wild also handling the punting duties. Rolling out for the rugby punt. Fair cut at the 17-yard line. And Cedar will start there as Hunter Burgess able to hang on to that ball. We talked about catching passes in these conditions, but good luck catching a punt. He did it. Cedar will take over. They've got the ball. They've got the lead 7-3, 9:36 to go in the first half. We're back in a moment. You're watching high school football on KSL Sports.
This is a fun game.
Wasatch defense back out on the field.
Welcome back to Wasatch High School. Cedar, 1st and 10. They're going to hand off right up the middle and out across the 20. About a 4-yard gain, I think, for Braxton DeMille as they continue to feed the workhorse. Now, they will give Owen Burton some carries, and we've seen him be effective in his one opportunity here. That's 4-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and why wouldn't you go back to Braxton DeMille? He was fantastic on that previous drive, and you saw what he does with this young defense. He gets them thinking run so well that anytime you can go with a fake or a play action, it was pay dirt.
Jackson Mann's going to hand it off, and DeMille's got space. He's out across the 35-yard line, and he has a Cedar 1st down.
Well, that was a huge hole too, DJ. Not to toot my own horn, but I think I could have gotten at least a 1st down running through that one. Just a great job of DeMille seeing the hole, hitting it fast, and getting those extra yards. And all of a sudden, Cedar, just 2 running plays at that, moving the football.
Score updates brought to you by Huntsman School of Business at Utah State. Skyline leading Stansbury 3-0 after one quarter. Skyridge 13-6 over Mountain Ridge with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's going to be a quick pass outside, and well read, fighting off the block and getting in to tackle Hunter Burgess. That was an excellent play over on the far side by the junior Riley McPhee. Well done.
Yeah, McPhee stepping up, did not fall for the fake at all, stayed true to his assignment, makes the tackle in the backfield, and knocks the Reds off schedule. That's a great play by McPhee and the kind of play and leadership that I think Wasatch is looking for from this very young defense.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 34. Cedar with a 7-3 lead. 7 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the first half. And we've got a timeout. A little confusion for Cedar.
Cedar City.
So they will burn their second timeout. Ty Hyatt, the head coach, calling timeout. We'll take a break. Cedar with the ball and a 7-3 lead with 7:32 to go in the first half. You're watching high school football on KSL Sports.
When you're the oldest personal injury firm in Utah, you get to know a few faces.
So tell me what happened.
He just came in and sideswiped me, bro.
I got hit by a drunk driver.
And it hurts worse than that time that I was dropped. Tailgate. Who would have thought?
I guess you can say we've seen everything. And I mean everything.
Juliet would never use these.
Our team at Robert J. DeBry has the experience needed to get you the compensation you deserve. Not sure you have a case? Dial the number with all the 8s.
Welcome back to Wasatch High School. The Wasps trailing 7-3. Cedar with the ball in the lead. 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. Jackson Mann, the senior quarterback, is going to keep it. And he's not going to get very far. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard, but it's going to be 3rd and 10 for Cedar. The QB draw worked on 4th and 3 on the last possession, set up the touchdown.
Yeah, two inexperienced teams, but you're seeing them learn and evolve on the fly. Wasatch learning from those earlier errors to stay true to those keys. Watch the football. Make sure you're not buying on the fake just because a guy's been getting downhill on you. Able to wrap him up on that one, although I will say there was quite a hole there on the backside. Had man given the handoff.
Boy, you're right about the lights. They really show off the rain. It is still falling at a pretty good clip here. We had a long lightning delay. That stopped, but there's a lot of umbrellas up in the stands. Cedar on 3rd and 10 to throw. Jackson Mann steps up, takes off, 40, close to the marker on the far side. Did he get it? It looks like they're marking him short at the 44. And it's right in front of the Cedar bench. I don't see them complaining. I think it's a good spot. It's going to be 4th and 1. Now they went for it on 4th and 3, but they were across midfield. Be a little riskier to try it here, but it looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, I think what your mindset is that you've had success in the run game. You've been able to pick up 2, 3, 4 yards almost every single time. Why not get into the hands of Braxton DeMille? Or if you have something in the bag, which Coach Hyatt has, do that.
They've got one timeout. They're not going to draw them off. They're going to hand it off. No, it's QB keeper breaking one tackle, but getting dragged down. Jackson Mann does not get the first down. Wasatch holds.
DC Alex Flack has got to be thrilled for that one with Wasatch Wasps. They read it the entire time. Not fooled on the fake. They wrap up man, drag him down for a loss. And even bigger than that, turnover on downs.
3 guys coming off their blocks to make that play. Burke Cedar, Austin Wild, a couple of the guys celebrating that. Austin Wild going both ways, playing linebacker as a backup running back, but they had an injury to their starting running back, Parker Cottle. He's out today. He may be out longer, possibly a season-ending injury. They'll probably get an update in the next week, but Austin Wild doing double duty tonight.
Almost triple duty because he also has a field goal, too. He has been everywhere tonight. Early candidate for a player of the game.
Although he is not at running back right now. They're going to throw it on 1st down, and are we going to get a flag? The bench wants one. I thought there was a lot of contact there. Cole Moore was the intended receiver. Looked like a good ball from the quarterback, Bryce Harr. There was a lot of contact. I expected a flag. Clearly the fans down below us think so.
What a surprise.
But it's going to be 2nd and 10, no flag.
I'm with you on that one, DJ. There was a lot of contact on that play, and I think
they might think it's uncatchable, but he was getting held so early. I don't know how you can make that judgment.
Well, and high school rules as well, uncatchable is not the same standard as it is in college and the pros. To that end, I think that's part of the reason why we have this officiating crew huddling up. We'll see what the
I think they're putting time back on the clock. It was at 5:54. Oh, 6:50. That puts about a minute back on the clock. Well, the clock says 6:10.
8 second and 10.
So, did he say 6:50?
I think so, yeah. And
now it's at 6:10. So,
good reminder, it's the first game for the clock crew, too.
2nd and 10. Quick pass for Wasatch, complete. And they'll get about half the yardage and make that 3rd and manageable as Bryce Harst sends it over there to Everest Moyer. And he gets upfield. They'll mark Moyer down at the 38. So a 3rd and 5 in what is potentially 4-down territory. The wind is still blowing. In the first quarter, we saw Austin Wild convert a 55-yard field goal with the wind at his back. This would be into the wind, and it's a 55-yard field goal if they don't gain anything here on 3rd and 5. Bryce hard to throw. Right at the first down marker on the far side. Is it complete?
Pass intended for number 34.
That one
it is incomplete.
High. Yeah. You see Hart rushing that one just a little bit. There's no more drizzle going on out there, DJ, but you have to know that you have to believe that it's in the back of his head. That ball is wet. It was a little high, not able to hit his receiver. And now the question comes, is this at a point where you want to go for it? And it looks like Wasatch is going to do just that.
That was Braxton Sandoval. They have 3 sophomore running backs. Parker Cottle is hurt. Austin Wild has been playing running back, but he's also a linebacker, and Braxton Sandoval is in at running back on this drive. 4th and 5, low snap. Bryce hard to throw, complete. First down to the 21-yard line. Cole Moore with a big catch, and they convert.
Sometimes the best offseason acquisitions, the kid playing basketball in the gym. Cole Moore has become the go-to receiver for this Wasps offense. Converts the catch and more. Big first down pickup for Wasatch.
22-yard gain on the play. 1st and 10 for Wasatch at the Cedar 21. Hart's got Sandoval to his right. Going to give him the ball. He's going to pull it. He's going to keep it. And he's going to be dragged down at the line of scrimmage. Luke McNett, the senior linebacker, in to make the stop.
You see the coverage here from Cedar. They're really concerned about those guys on the outside, making sure they have blanket coverage. And Wasatch wisely tries to run the ball. Kerr just kind of misses the cutback lane on that one and runs into a slew of Cedar Red defenders there.
4.5 minutes left in the first half. Cedar leads 7-3. Wasatch with a 2nd and 10 at the Cedar 21. Hard. With Sandoval flaring out, goes over the middle, throws behind the receiver, incomplete. Good coverage right there by junior Bloomfield Togyot.
Tight window for that one. See, that one goes outside the wide receiver's reach, and those timing plays still haven't gotten in sync yet for Wasatch. It's one of those things where you got to snap, stand, throw, deliver in order to be accurate, and just didn't quite work out there for Wasatch.
3rd and 10. Cedar at the 21.
Empty backfield.
Har looks to throw, pulls it down, trying to turn the corner to the 15, out of bounds, just inside the 15-yard line. So he gets a nice chunk of yardage there, pick up about 6, maybe 7. We'll see where they spot it.
It looked like he had a ton of room out there, and that Cedar Reds defense closed quickly to try and limit any kind of big gain. But a nice job of Har getting outside, following his blocker, getting out of bounds, giving them an opportunity to get points on the board here.
It's 4th down and about 4. They marked the ball at the 15-yard line, so now they're going to attempt a 32-yard field goal. This time it'll be into the wind. Snap is down, the kick is up, and it is good. So Wasatch, with a pair of field goals, is back within 1 point. And Austin Wild has converted twice. So Cedar holds. Cedar leads 7-6, 4:02 to go in the first half. We're back with the Wasatch kickoff in a moment on KSL Sports. Welcome back to Wasatch High. The Wasps with the field goal. They now trail 7-6. They'll kick it off to Cedar. We'll see if Cedar wants to build in their lead here with 4:02 to go in the first half. This kickoff brought to you by Skin Science Institute. Our Skin Science Institute kickoffs have been pretty good in this bad weather. But with the wind at the back, both kickers have put it in the end zone. We'll see what Austin Wild does here with the Skin Science kickoff into the wind. And he will put it deep into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback for Cedar.
At this point, I almost want to ask, what can't Austin Wild do? He has all the points for Wasatch. He's had the ball on offense. He's been making tackles on defense. You can see why he is a guy that D1 programs are going to be excited to be able to offer once he gets to that point. But just a sophomore. So much inexperience here with this Wasatch football team, really on both sides. Both teams replacing a ton of starters. I have to be honest, DJ, I'm impressed with the level of execution. We've seen two really well-coached teams, a few miscues here and there. This is the kind of game I expected.
Going deep on first down to midfield, and he's gone. An 80-yard touchdown pass, and Cedar. One more lightning strike here tonight.
With the touchdown, pass complete by number 5.
I tell you what, Hunter Burgess is mad that that kickoff return got negated. He shows it in a big way with that one. Takes the 9 route to the house. Touchdown Reds, and they're right back in this thing, taking the lead 13-6, pending that PAT. What a pass from Mann to Burgess.
Jackson Mann with the 80-yard touchdown pass.
You could say you could hang a star on that one, eh?
It's a San Diego reference if I've ever heard one. Thank you, Jerry Coleman, the late, great Jerry Coleman. Extra point is good, and Cedar takes a 14-6 lead with 3:50 to go in the first half. We'll take a break. You're watching high school football on KSL Sports.
Where life grows, home begins. Bank of Utah.
Back to Wasatch High. Cedar striking on the 80-yard touchdown pass. Mann to Burgess. Burgess not only making the catch in the rain on the sideline, but getting hit, keeping his feet, staying in bounds, and then taking it to the house.
And speed to outrun the defender and the rest of that Wasatch defense. Great catch, great throw. Huge play.
Cedar's Cody Stevenson with the Skin Science Institute kickoff, and this one will not be returned. It lands in the end zone, and Wasatch will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the half.
We'll see how Wasatch comes out to try and establish this drive. They've done a variety of different things, seen a lot of Cole Moore, seen some success with the QB run game. Really haven't seen anything with the running backs. outside of one play with Austin Wild that was called back for the hold. You have to wonder if maybe they try to get something going on the ground here as we see the drizzle start again.
Bryce Harr takes the field.
Bryce Harr, quarterback for Wasatch. He's going to hand off to Austin Wild. No, he's going to pull it. Keep it. 20, 25, 30. Big hole! Back-to-back lightning strikes. Bryce Harr, 80 yards. Touchdown, Wasatch.
Forrest Gump couldn't have caught him if he tried. Bryce Harr had one mission, and it was end zone. Mission accomplished. What a run from the QB for the Wasps.
The question now, do they chase the points early and go for 2 and try to tie this up, or just take the 1? Because it seems like there's going to be a lot more points in this game.
Yeah, hard to believe that we're still just in the second quarter here. That 1.5 hour long delay has made it feel like we're so much later in the clock.
They are just going to kick the 1 here, and Austin Wild, who's already converted a pair of field goals, a 55-yarder in the first quarter, a 32-yarder in the second quarter. Wild now with the point after. And we've got a whistle, and that was good, but it's not going to count.
At this point, the fun part is guessing what the penalty might be. We've seen pretty much everything so far. A lot of procedural stuff as to be expected.
Offside Cedar. Now, this is an opportunity to go for 2. You are closer. You don't have as much yardage to pick up, but they're just going to go for 1. And that conversation with the coaches was to ask him if he wanted to go for 2, I think. I mean, you could fake it and go for 2 here, which clearly Cedar expects. Harr's hold is good. Wild's point after makes it 14-13. And we'll take another break and see if we can get another lightning strike and another 80-yard touchdown. Stay with us here on KSL Sports.
Everyone knows that having a good credit history makes it easier to save money and get approved for the things in life you need, like credit cards, auto loans, home loans, and a lot more. But here's the problem. Building your credit history takes time. That's why UCCU created Credit Builder, an innovative loan program designed to help you build your credit history and raise your credit score. Visit UCCU.com to start building or rebuilding your credit today. UCCU. Love where you bank.
Welcome back to Wasatch High. These two teams have traded 80-yard touchdowns. For Cedar, man to Burgess on the 80-yard touchdown pass. Then Bryce Harr fakes the handoff, pulls it, keeps it, and goes 80 yards for a touchdown. So it's now 14-13 as Wasatch will kick it back to Cedar here. Great to think that about a minute ago on the clock I was saying, if they try to score before the half, and sure enough we have 2 big touchdowns. So we got another score before halftime.
It's part of what makes high school football so great. You never know what play's going to happen next.
Austin Wild's kick is 7 yards deep in the end zone. Now the wind has finally died down. Earlier in the second quarter, it was still blowing the flag in the north end zone, but the flag now is just hanging right on the pole. It's not even moving.
Yeah, we're not getting that steady drizzle like we were earlier. I'm sure we'll get patches here and there.
Look up in the lights.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, the water's still falling, but the rain and the lightning have stopped.
But the action is really what's lighting up everything out here. Back-to-back 80-yard plays. Now, how does Cedar respond?
Jackson Mann just went deep on the last one. He sends the man in motion, Cutler Tom. And we got a whistle and flags, and Cedar is about to turn 1st and 10 into 1st and 15.
I've been an offensive lineman before. I know how exciting it is to get out of that stance, big fella, but you got to stay set. And all the work that Cedar Reds offensive line has done, it's not necessarily one of those things that gives a coach gray hair. You love seeing your guys getting up and getting after it.
First and 15, a handoff. DeMille out across the 20, breaking tackles, dragging guys forward, getting the tough yards out to the 23. Looked like he might be hit for a loss, but he turns it into a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, that was a rumbling and stumbling if I've ever seen one. You see DeMille has an ability to just keep churning those legs, and even though he's getting swarmed by Wasatch defenders, still picking up yards, and he made a 5-yard pickup look so much more difficult.
Hand off to DeMille, big hole, 25, 35, out across the 40. First down as DeMille runs right up the middle.
And Riley McPhee with a likely touchdown-saving tackle on that one because DeMille had nothing but green grass had he been able to evade McPhee. Nevertheless, Cedar out and driving again and just running the football down the middle of that Wasatch defense.
Clock is a factor, 2:35 to go in the first half. Cedar's got 1 timeout left, they've used 2. First and 10 at the 40, right back to Braxton DeMille, 45-yard line. Stood up at the 46 by half the defense. They can't get him on the ground, but they get a whistle with the lack of forward progress. They're actually going to mark him closer to the 47, so 7-yard pickup, 2nd and 3 for Cedar.
Yeah, a little change up there with the gap scheme. You see guard trying to pull, and DeMille still able to get yards and churn. I think more than anything what they've been able to do is just keep this Wasatch group guessing, and they're still trying to find a solution to this run game.
Handoff, DeMille, midfield, first down. Into Wasatch territory. They'll mark him down at the 48. Pick up a 5, first and 10 for Cedar. 1:44 left in the half. They stopped the clock to move the chains, and now the clock's rolling again. It's under a minute 40.
Cedar playing for the end of the half here, it would look like.
They win a lot of no-huddle last year. Now they've got not just a younger quarterback, they've got a much younger team. They may use some more no-huddle later in the season. Might be useful right now. DeMille, the handoff, no. Keeper, quarterback, Jackson Mann to the 45. He's brought down. 1:11 on the clock. And now we got whistle stopping the clock.
Brought down by number 11, Cedar. Flag on the play.
Okay, flag down on the field out there.
Holding. So Cedar's been keeping it on the ground after hitting on the 80-yard touchdown pass on the last possession. But now down and distance is going to force him to air it out.
Coach Hyatt's going to have to make a decision here, right? You can't just keep running the ball. Use the timeout already, so you only have 2 of those in your pocket. 1 of those left, right?
They move the ball back to the 42-yard line. The holding penalty sets up a long down and distance situation. They're going to throw underneath. 1, 2 missed tackles, but now Wasatch with a gang tackling stops Cutler Tom. Good work by the sophomore to make the first 2 guys miss. They stand him up just short of the 45-yard line.
Where a few missed tackles on there, but the pursuit from Wasatch good enough. And more importantly, that clock keeps ticking. Cedar's got to roll.
2nd and 17. 45 seconds left in the half. Man to throw down the middle. A diving attempt incomplete. That ball intended for Cutler Tom, who had a step. He was open.
Haven't seen man throw over the middle that much. Had his receiver there in between 3 defenders with a clear window, just not able to hit him in stride, falls incomplete.
39 seconds left in the half. 3rd down and 17. Cedar at their own 44. Man looks left, rolls right. He's got a spy at midfield, so he won't run. He'll throw. It's complete. Nice gain. Cutler Tom with the catch at the 44. He's brought down immediately.
Inbounds, too.
25 seconds and counting. They've got a timeout if they want to use it. Of course, they don't want to leave Wasatch anytime. And now we've got a whistle. And Wasatch calls timeout. 16.8 seconds left in the half. Cedar with a 4th and 6 at the 45-yard, 4th and 7 at the 45-yard line. We'll take a break. You are watching high school football on KSL Sports.
Why did I choose Huntsman? To get real experience, real support, and a career focus from day one. Instead of regular classes on Fridays, we dive into workshops, build our network, and grow together. At the Huntsman School, we forge lifelong friendships, support each other through challenges, and celebrate our wins. Here, students graduate with experience and jobs waiting. We dare mighty things together. That's the Huntsman difference. Learn more at huntsman.usu.edu.
Okay, so now he decides to exercise. Yes, this was the best angle.
Life can get a little messy.
No way. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Best day ever.
Some taps create chaos.
No.
Tap Spend gives you 1% cash back when you spend and 2.75% APY when you don't. Tap responsibly. Visit tapbank.com.
Welcome back to Wasatch High. Cedar facing a 4th and 7 at the 45 with 16.8 seconds left in the half. Brian, you bring up the question, why would Wasatch call timeout? To me, there's two possibilities here. One, they didn't like the way they were lined up, and they were afraid they'd give up the 4th and 7. Or two, they want the ball back and have a chance to throw a Hail Mary.
Yeah, and you've got those big receivers in Washburn and Moore. Why not go for one more play?
4th and 7 for Cedar at the 45. Clock will stop on the change of possession if they don't get it. Jackson man to throw. He's got time, but nobody open. Now, hit as he throws it, it's intercepted. And Wasatch takes over at midfield with 8.2 seconds left. Wasatch with the first takeaway of the game.
Smart timeout by Coach Bringhurst. Gets the turnover. They had him in the grass regardless. It was going to be Wasatch's ball. Great job by that defense to pick it off and now give their offense an opportunity here from
the senior, Ryan Ball. Ryan Ball with the pick.
A few returners on this team. Not pretty good hands for a guy who plays on the offensive line, too.
Well, he was our player to watch at the top of the broadcast because he's the only senior starting, and he's going to have to make some plays, and he just made a play. 8.2 seconds left. Bryce Hard drops the snap. It's on the ground. Wasatch covers up, but that will end the half. So, a wild second quarter after a long lightning delay. The teams trade 80-yard touchdowns, and Cedar will go to the locker room with a 14-12 lead. We'll be back with more at the half. Cedar with a 14-12 lead over Wasatch. You're watching high school football on KSL Sports.
It's in the thrill of starting strong, making gains. It's the real connections in between. It's in the satisfaction of being on the move. That brilliant feeling of getting somewhere.
For those who run on grit, who are driven by more, who need a trailer that can keep up, make moves with Trailer Boss. Unrivaled selection, unparalleled service. No comparison. Trailer Boss. Make boss moves.
The rain continues to fall. The lightning has stopped. We have about an hour and 20-minute lightning delay. The wind has picked up a little bit. It was dramatic in the first quarter, early in the second. It really died down late in the second quarter. The flag is fluttering again. It's out there, but I don't think it's a big factor at this point.
We haven't seen a lot of players slipping on the field. About the only issues, few overthrows here and there and some bad snaps. But realistically, the weather hasn't been as impactful as I thought it might have been.
Really only one drop, which realistically you'd probably see one drop and a half of football anyway, so you can't really blame that on the weather.
That might just be high school football, if we're being honest.
Cody Stevenson with the kickoff for Cedar. The Skin Science Institute kickoff will go to the 8-yard line. Oh, and they fight over it and drop it at the 15, scooped up. So poor field position for Wasatch as they don't get the ball back to the 20-yard line. A little confusion there with the ball in the air.
Yeah, miscommunication, a shorter kick caused both guys to think they had it, and really the only thing that had it was the face mask, and ball bounces right off of that. Thankfully for Wasatch, the damage is minimal. They're able to get on top of it, but plays like that, we talked about it earlier. Film review, that's going to be top of the charts right there.
So Wasatch takes over, and they will start the third quarter here. First and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Bryce Harr with an 80-yard touchdown run. There's another low snap. He will throw it to the near side, complete to Grady Coombs. Coombs across the 20, out to the 23-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 6.
Another big sophomore target here for this Wasatch offense, and even with the disruption of the snap, still able to pick up positive yards. They've found some solutions here for how to move the ball. QB run game, a little bit of that wide receiver screen. Let's see if they can get some downfield action to go with it.
Gain him 6 yards on that last play.
Bryce Harr is going to hand off, but we've got a whistle and a flag. They blew that play dead. That carry for Austin Wild isn't going to count. It's illegal motion on Wasatch, and they are going to back up a little more and have a 2nd and 9 back at the 18-yard line.
And Wasatch using that unique put your hand down in the dirt during one of the calls, and I think that can be procedural at times if it's not in sync. You stack that on top of the snap issues, and those little things start to add up quick.
Second and 9 at the 18. Quick throw, complete at the 25, out close to the first down. Wasatch might have just converted on 3rd and long. A good catch, and not a big run after the catch for Seth Kelson, but the 6'5 sophomore did just enough to pick up the first down. They're going to spot it at the 28. He had to get to the 27. So Wasatch in a hole, converts.
Great catch by Kelson. Great job by Harr staying in the pocket. A lot of pressure. Turns into a first down.
First and 10 for Wasatch at the 28. They'll fake the handoff. It's the keeper. This is how they scored the 80-yard touchdown. This time it is well defended. Staying home, Noah Bencomo forces him out of bounds. Nice game for Wasatch to get the ball out across the 30. They're going to spot it at the 34-yard line. Well, where are they going to put it down? They're not sure. Yeah, at the 34-yard line. So that's a gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
Yeah, nice job by Hart getting outside, picking up those yards. But you see that Cedar defense closes so quickly.
5-yard gain on that last play.
Harr's going to throw, looks at the near sideline, goes back over the middle, but throws it behind Seth Kelson. Uncatchable ball there, incomplete, 2nd and 10. As the referee helps Harr up as he was hit as he let that go.
Yeah, Cedar's doing a good job of mixing up their stunts up front and how they're looking. That one, you had a lot of wide techniques. You see the offensive line a little confused as who to pick up, and guys running free. Makes it hard to deliver, and Bryce Harr's done a good job so far, but that's something that they definitely need to clean up.
Third string running back Braxton Sandoval now into the game. He's playing because the starter Parker Cottle is out, and Cottle's on the sideline in shorts with his left knee taped up. He's on crutches. Hurt in practice. There's a ball over the middle, and for the 2nd time tonight, Wasatch wants pass interference. I thought that one was clear cut, but they do not get the flag. It looked to me like Cole Moore had a step, and they just grabbed his hips and held on.
He definitely did, and Cole Moore has been outstanding all game long at getting open, and that's the only thing a defender can do sometimes. Listen, the officials have a different angle than us, but I'm with you on that one, DJ. It looked like it was pass interference.
In for the punt, it's going to be Austin Wild.
Wasatch coach Derek Bringhurst talking to the back judge. That is twice tonight.
Hunter Burgess.
There's the punt snap, and it's high, batted down, loose ball, just kicked off the ground, banana kick, big roll for Wasatch across midfield, and I don't know why they grabbed it at the 48. That was going to roll another 5 or 10 yards. That was something I don't think I've ever seen before. I got to say, get that ball out of there. There is a flag down. I wonder if there's going to be a penalty in roughing. But I don't know that you can rough it after the ball is dropped and hits the ground.
Well,
was he considered a runner, in which case he can be hit because he didn't pick it up and run with it? It was way over his head. He batted it down, didn't think he had time to pick it up and get the punt away, which I think was actually a really good decision.
Yeah, I'm searching through the rule book in my mind. I don't recall any rule that says that you can't kick a ball off of the ground like that if it's a live possession, but I mean, you really have to dig deep into the book to figure this one out. I'm with you on that one. I've never seen that before.
I mean, the ball was back inside the 20-yard line. So that saved 30 to 35 yards of field position.
Well, it was a heady play regardless.
Yeah. That was a good decision in the moment.
So we got an unsportsmanlike against Wasatch. I don't know.
Defense will take the field.
Okay, well, Cedar's going to have the ball. They're not marking off any penalty yardage. I mean, that's where it was down.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're marking it down at the 49. They declined it and waved it off. They're picking the flag up.
I wonder if it was just waving it off and I just misread the signal, but regardless, what a strange set of circumstances.
All right, Cedar, 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line. 10-10 to go in the third quarter. Handoff up the middle for DeMille. Hit, breaks that first tackle, gets across midfield into Wasatch territory. Pick up a 3, 2nd and 7.
You see DeMille is so good at getting downhill, but it's also patience. He just hesitates just a split second behind his blocker there until the hole opens up, allows him to get 2 or 3 more yards, and it just keeps this offense on schedule. And I know I'm repetitive, but that's so important when you're calling a game.
Give him 4 yards on that. It's 2nd and 6 at the 47. And that ball broken up at the 45-yard line.
Pass broken up by number 18.
Good coverage there by Jack Wells, the sophomore.
Yeah, it was. Jack Wells doing a good job. Almost looked like a peanut punch there as he wrapped his hand inside. The receiver not able to control that one, and much needed play for this Wasatch defense. They're starting to get backed up against it a little here and Cedar into the Wasp territory.
3rd and 6 for Cedar. Do they throw to the first down marker? They give it to DeMille, or do they take a shot? They hit on an 80-yard touchdown pass in the second quarter. It's DeMille looking for a hole inside the 45. Dragging people forward down to the 40. He's got the first down. He's inside the 40. He had to get just inside the 41. He picked up an extra yard and a big conversion for Braxton DeMille on 3rd and 6. He gets 7.
No need to go with the razzle-dazzle when you can get a first down downhill. And DeMille, again, just churns, drives, stretches for that first down. Big conversion for that Cedar Reds offense.
Nine minutes to go in the third quarter. 1st and 10 for Cedar at the 40. Man's going to throw, steps up, stays behind the line, and dumps it out over the sideline, and there is nobody there.
A lot of green grass, but there was also a lot of green grass in front of him. I like the evolution of a quarterback, right? Get rid of the football. But that's also an opportunity where you probably can pick up another 3, 4, 5, even maybe 10 yards, depending on how comfortable you are. We've seen man run before. I'm sure they'll take a look at that one in film whenever they get home. It might be a long trip for Cedar.
2nd and 10. Handoff. DeMille back to the line of scrimmage, dragging guys forward down to the 36. A 4-yard gain.
You watch that play, and it looks like they have him dead to rights, and DeMille just keeps going. Some of that is experience. Some of that is time in the weight room. Some of that is just sheer determination. Again, it puts Cedar into great position here. They have plenty of options in terms of what this call is for 3rd down.
You mentioned a long trip home for Cedar. I was told that the Wasatch broached the thought during the hour and 20-minute rain delay, we can go running clock if you want. And the response from the Cedar coaches is, why would we do that? Waited for the opener a long time. No reason to hurry through it, right? 3rd and 6. Hand off to DeMille. No, it's a fake. They'll throw it out to the far side. Good cut. 1st down. Big hole down the sideline. 10, 5. Touchdown, Cedar. Hunter Burgess again. His 2nd score of the night.
Hunter Burgess is electric in the open field. He can do it all. Kick returns, pass receptions. And what he does best, DJ, is he scores. Exclamation point on that one with the touchdown. Cedar extends the lead.
Man to Burgess for 80 yards on the score in the 2nd quarter, a 36-yard touchdown combination for the same 2 here in the 3rd quarter. And the extra point by Cody Stevenson is up and good.
Red takes the lead.
And Cedar leads 21-13 with 7:56 to play in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a break and be back as the Wasps get the ball next right here on KSL Sports. Welcome back to Wasatch High. Cedar has just scored to take a 21-13 lead. The kickoff out of bounds. That'll be a penalty. Great for Wasatch. They struggled with the last kickoff to field it as the 2 return men collided. Both wanted to take it. This time, Everest Moyer and Grady Coombs just watched that ball sail across the far sideline. Wasatch will have much better field position this time.
Same page. I was about to say that very same thing. Good starting field position, although it really hasn't had as big an impact this game. We're seeing 2 really proficient offenses tonight, but Cedar has had the explosive plays that have given them that lead, and now it's up to Wasatch to try and answer.
Wasatch takes the field.
3rd string running back Braxton Sandoval, the sophomore, back in for this drive. As we mentioned at the top of the broadcast before the long weather delay, a lot of sophomores playing for Wasatch. And I think largely they've handled themselves pretty well here. They've stayed in this game, and a lot of them were playing freshman football last year, and now they're sophomores playing varsity football. Handoff, straight ahead, a yard, and that'll be it for Braxton Sandoval.
And to your point, the skill positions have been executing nearly in sync, and it's hard to really find any critiques there. It's up front with this young offensive line where you can see some gelling is taking place, right? Run game hasn't been extremely proficient. Few snap issues, few false starts, but overall, they've found a way to get it done. And I think Coach Bringhurst has got to be excited about what things look like going forward.
Ours good to throw, incomplete. Cole Moore just barely got a hand on it, but couldn't reel it in with the rain falling. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 9 for Wasatch.
You can see Cole Moore, he's just going to figure this out, and I feel like he can be an electric player for this Wasatch offense. They're looking for him often in a variety of different routes, out routes, slants, deep, everything. And a guy like that, with his size, speed, you start reeling in those passes, he'll become a real weapon.
3rd and 9 for Wasatch. On the last drive, they went to Seth Kelson, got the completion for the first down. This time rolling left, floating the ball out of bounds with no one to throw to. And just when you think Wasatch has stopped, late flags, and when it's that late, you wonder if someone took a shot at the quarterback and we got a roughing the quarterback, which would be a first down for Wasatch.
I saw some early reactions from those Wasatch players.
They are conferring. Oh, it looks like it might be a hold. It's a hold against Wasatch. And a personal foul, roughing the quarterback against Cedar. So what we have, multiple flags, which I have to say the yellow flags on the glare on the turf.
Yeah.
I'm struggling to pick them up. So offsetting penalties, what we have is your classic do-over.
Yeah, what you're finding out is that high school lighting setups are not that great. So those flags, especially on that far sideline, hard to see a lot of the time.
I believe the majority of the taxpayers think the lights are good enough.
Yes, I would agree.
3rd and 9 at the 36. Harson's Grady Combs in motion. Cedar shows blitz, but they come with a 3-man rush over the middle, deflected, incomplete, off the hands of Seth Kelson, who had first down yardage if he could hold on. That was a classic wet ball. That was the ice cube right through the hands there. So Wasatch is going to have to punt it away.
We saw Kelson not able to reel that one in, and almost fell in the hands of Moore as well. And what was just a struggle of a drive ends in what will hopefully be a punt here for Wasatch after last time. You never know what to expect.
Austin Wild will punt this away for Wasatch. Better snap. He's going to fake it. He's going to keep it across the 30, 35, 40, 45, midfield. He's got the first down. The fake punt works for Wasatch.
Running wild, Austin Wild is electric in the open field. He takes the high snap, and it is no doubt he knew what he wanted to do, and that was pick up a first down. Gets the job done. Wasatch with some momentum.
I thought Cedar might have had him pinned against the sideline and a chance to stop him short of the first down, but it's good to have a running back as your punter.
Wasatch offense stays on the field.
And yet another Wasatch sophomore making a big play, and Wasatch in business, trailing 21-13. 1st and 10 at the Cedar 48. Right back to Wild, straight ahead, 45, tripped up ankle tackle. Excellent play right there by Luke McNett, the senior. That was set up to be a big gain. Still 5 yards on first down, a solid carrier, but that could have been 10 or 20.
It was almost a touchdown-saving tackle, and riding the hot hand here for Wasatch. Austin Wild's already doing everything for you. He's kicking balls off the turf. He's converting first downs. Why not give him the ball on a carry there?
2nd and 5 at the 43. 6:22 left in the third quarter. Cedar up 21-13. And off. Wild again, close to the first down. I think he's going to be about a half yard short. They're going to mark him inside the 39, but that's not enough. They're going to put him right at the 39-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and 1. Boy, that fake punt, if they'd given the ball back to Cedar. Cedar scored touchdowns on 3 of the last 4 possessions. Yeah. They would have had the ball in an 8-point lead. Now Wasatch with a big 3rd down here. Low snap. They get the ball to Wild, and the O-line will push him forward. He's got the first down to the 37. A little bush tush action there. The O-line doing what they needed to do. They may be young and inexperienced, but 3 juniors, a couple of sophomores. Lean into your running back. Push him down to the 37. He gets 2 on 3rd and 1, and Wasatch gets a new set of downs.
There's some big bodies up front there for Wasatch, and when they can get helmet on helmet, they can get some movement. But I think it's so much the confidence that they have right now in Austin Wild. You said it, even on the 4th down conversion, that's a gutsy call. You really got to believe in your sophomore.
5 minutes left here in the quarter. Going to throw near side, complete juggle, they holds on, and Wyatt Washburn with the catch down inside the 30-yard line.
Junior Bloomfield on the stop.
They're going to put him right at the 30-yard line. So that's a gain of about 7. It'll be 2nd and 3.
It may be hard to tell in the broadcast, but these wide receivers are big. Wyatt's almost 6'5" out there. You can see what that allows them to do, get separation.
Kelson 6'5", Combs has good size as well.
Yep.
Fake the handoff, quarterback keeper cutting it back inside and back to the line of scrimmage. Bryce Harr dives ahead. He had 3 guys to beat there. He had no choice.
Nice job by Harr to just take what he had in front of him, kind of dive forward. Cedar defense wasn't fooled by the fake, and they closed on him quickly.
That's the situation, 3 guys. You know, the first one holds you up. The next 2 come in and try to strip the ball. It's a wet night. Just dive forward, get the yardage, and line up for another play. Give yourself another shot. It's 3rd and 3 at the 30. With no win, this might be field goal range. Harr keeping, flag down, 30, 25. Well, if the play stands, he's got first down yardage. The flag across the way on the line of scrimmage, they didn't blow the play dead, which suggests it's probably on the defense, in which case it won't matter because it's a 5-yard gain and it's probably a 5-yard penalty. They might have lined up in the neutral zone. Let's wait for the call.
Illegal shift there.
Illegal shift. They didn't blow it dead, but it is against Wasatch. So the first down carry is wiped out, and 3rd and 3 turns into 3rd and 8. Did they go back to Coombs over the middle? Or excuse me, did they go back to Cole Moore over the middle? He's been open twice. They haven't connected. It's looked like pass interference. Maybe they get the call. Maybe they get the catch. He's inside. They go over the middle. He's got it. Inside the 25, down to the 22. First down.
Well, I don't know if Wasatch's going to give you a stipend, DJ, but with Cole Moore out there, it's almost obvious what you need to do in those situations. Throw to 7. He gets the conversion and a little bit more, and this Wasatch drive continues.
Our producer, Trevor Allen, is giving me a look as if he believes me to be insufferable. That's it. I read that right. All right, first down for Wasatch. They're down 21-13, 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Hart's going to throw. Ooh. Threw it to the outside shoulder. Wyatt Washburn timing a little off as he spins around a little late to locate the ball. He can't bring it in. The space was there on the sideline. The throw was accurate. It's the timing off by just a little bit.
And that's the thing. With a guy like Wyatt Washburn out there who's almost 6'4", he's got plenty of space to catch that ball. You get that timing and rhythm. Even though there are 3 Cedar defenders, that's a big-time completion.
2nd and 10 for Wasatch at the 23. Trailing 21-13. Austin Wild, the running back to the right. Are they going to give him the ball? No. Quarterback keeper cutting it inside. 20 down to the 16. And the quarterback, Bryce Hart, takes a big hit as he goes to his knees at the 17-yard line.
Yeah, Bryce Hart, not an elite runner by any means, but does a great job of cutting it back inside. Pays the price for it as there's a bunch of Cedar defenders waiting for him, but keep churning those yards. This drive feels like it's getting longer and longer for Wasatch, and that's a good thing because there are not a lot of Cedar defenders to spell those guys that are out there.
6-yard gain, 3rd and 4. 3rd and manageable here for Wasatch. Wild right behind the QB, steps up to block. They're going to throw to the near side, complete down to the 11-yard line. Wyatt Washburn with the catch, and that, even if they spot it at the 12, is still enough for the first down. They only get to the 13. So he's got the first down. Wasatch keeps, as you said, the drive gets longer and longer. They keep grinding. They will spot it at the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 12.
Well, it sounds cliche, but when you're the ones on defense, it gets harder and harder with every play.
So if they're wearing down at the end of this long drive, is it a first down run with Austin Wild, who's been effective, the backup running back getting the start tonight. Sure enough, they hand off straight ahead inside the 10 into the pile and falls forward for that last yard down to the 9, so a gain of about 3 on first down.
Well, I'm not going to make you give out your gamer tag, but anybody trying to play you in Madden online would get smoked. DJ's got the call down perfectly right now. Austin Wild on first down. Just keep churning. See hands on hips from those Cedar defenders. And again, tick, 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 play after play. It gets harder and harder to get those stops.
Play action to Wild. Back over the middle. For Cole Moore again. I want to throw in the red zone. See, I just...
Here it comes.
Ow. Over the middle. Moore broken up. Oh, he got a touch. Last second intervention. Luke McNick gets his hands in there, pushes the arms apart, and the ball comes out. It was there for a moment.
It was, and a great job there by Ludwig to break the ball up. But again, Cole Moore has become an absolute star tonight for Wasatch. They're going to connect on that down the road, DJ, just not able to do it on that play. Kudos to Ludwig for breaking it up.
Under a minute to go in the third quarter. 57.8 on the clock. 3rd and 8 for Wasatch at the 10. And we have timeout Cedar. The Reds use the first of their 3 timeouts. A huge play coming right after the break. You're watching high school football on KSL Sports. He's trying to break my mojo. Welcome back to Wasatch High. The Wasps, big play, 3rd and 8 at the 10. They trail 21-13. They're going to throw it. Out to Wild. There's a 5. Touchdown!
Point Factory, Austin Wild. He has 2 field goals. He now has a touchdown. And more importantly, he's got Wasatch in the fight. What a great call from Coach Bringhurst. The swing pass. Austin Wild does the rest. And why not? He did it all this drive.
Now, do they go for 2 here or just the 1? Figuring there have been a lot of points in this game. There's more to come in the fourth quarter. 51.9 seconds left in the third quarter. Now, 12-minute quarters, it's a little different than the pro game. You might only have 1 or 2 possessions left.
I think you're right. Har is out there at quarterback. They're going to go for it here, DJ.
They're going to go for 2 and try to tie it up right here. There's really no difference between being down 1 or 2 at this point in the game, is there?
I think it makes your decision-making earlier when you make this decision now, makes your decisions down the road easier.
Out of the shotgun, they're going to throw, and it's overthrown and incomplete. So Cedar holds, and they have, unless we have a flag. I never see a yellow flag on the Gold Wasps in the end zone. Was there a defensive holding?
This one looks like that we're going to get a repeat of this play. Oh, no.
No. It's against Wasatch, and it's declined. So, 21-19. Cedar protecting a 2-point lead with 51 seconds left in the third quarter. We're back in a moment. High school football coming your way on KSLSports.com.
51 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
The 3A defending state champs, Cedar, a perfect 13-0 last year, leading Wasatch 21-19. Here comes Austin Wild with a Skin Science Institute kickoff. Sends it 6 yards deep. That'll be another touchback. His kickoffs have been great tonight. Cedar will take over 1st and 10 at the 20.
Yeah, everything's been great tonight, and people listening at home already know this. I'm a big Austin Wild fan, but interesting decision there to go for it. And what I wanted to explain is that if you go for 2 earlier on in the game, it helps you make your decisions down the road. All the analytics point to this, and so talked to Coach Bringhurst before the game. He mentioned that they look at the data a lot, and they have a lot of data available to them even at this level. You see, that's part of the reason why he makes that decision. But now his defense has got to get a stop.
Man leads the Reds out. Flag.
Immediately we have a flag here.
Too many men on the field.
Too many men on the field for Cedar. That's an early season mistake there. We really have seen a lot of 5-yard penalties in this game.
Yeah.
First and 15 for Cedar. At the 15. They're going to hand off. Braxton DeMille across the 20. They got the ball in the lead. They want to get to the fourth quarter and shorten this game.
Swarmed again by a whole bunch of tacklers.
Good job by Wasatch there to gang tackle him, but DeMille keeps doing what he's been doing all game long.
The risk with going for 2 is you do put yourself in a position where if you don't get a stop, you're going to be down 2 scores.
And Wasatch really has not figured out the riddle that is Braxton DeMille in the run game, and they've tried a different variety of fits. Nothing seems to work. You just got to keep playing through it and hope that something breaks through.
Second and 9 at the 16. Right back to Braxton DeMille. Up the middle, across the 25. Keeps the legs moving. Pushes the pile out to the 28-yard line. And that is going to bring up 3rd and 2 for Cedar.
So the procedure could play a big factor here, but you're seeing Wasatch is sending run blitzes and everything, just not able to contain DeMille.
Time runs out. We're going to the fourth quarter. Cedar has the ball and the lead, 21-19. We'll be back with a big 3rd and 2 when the fourth quarter starts. You're listening to high school football and watching it on KSLSports.com and the KSL Sports app. Yeah. Here we go. Welcome back to Wasatch High School. We are ready to start the fourth quarter. David James and Brian Brown with you. Cedar leads 21-19. They just stopped the 2-point conversion. Can they convert on 3rd and 2? It's an option pitch. First time we've seen that, and it works. Braxton DeMille, another way to get him the ball, and he's out across the 30-yard line. He's got the first down at the 33.
And Coach Hyatt has saved some of his best calls for 3rd down when they need it most. Another one that we hadn't seen tonight. But he does it in a way to get the ball to a weapon, and that's Braxton DeMille. And what does he do? Just converts a first down.
Yeah, we're to the fourth quarter. It's all about time and score now. Cedar with a 2-point lead. They would like a long, time-consuming touchdown drive to go up 2 scores. Of course, they've scored their touchdowns on big plays. And they're going to take a shot here, over the top, complete! Cedar's done it again. 67 yards for the touchdown. The red strike, Hunter Burgess again.
The hat trick for Burgess is an absolute stab to the heart. What a call from Coach Hyatt. Trusts in his inexperienced QB. Lets it rip over the arms of the outstretched defender. And it is nothing but end zone as Burgess gets the tutty.
Burgess with a 67-yard touchdown catch, a 36-yard touchdown catch, an 80-yard touchdown catch.
Coach Hyatt saving one of his best weapons when they need it most, but what a gutsy call there, and it pays off big time.
Forget the time-consuming touchdown drive. They'll just take the 2-score lead. They're going to go for 2 here. Up 8-9 would be huge. But they throw it, and they get it. Cedar with the conversion.
For the 2-point attempt, and it is good.
And Cedar stretches the lead to 10.
Yeah, smart call there by Coach Hyatt. You've got an advantage already. Try and make this a 2-score game. The only downside of that is that Wasatch has Austin Wild. We've seen him hit from 55 already tonight. And so if you're the Wasps, you still believe that you're in this one. And
man to Riker James. And that is a 2-point conversion to go with his touchdown catch.
Yeah.
He scored the first touchdown. So Mann's now thrown 4 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion in his 3rd varsity start. He had 2 starts due to injury as a sophomore. split time as a JV quarterback last year with the guy who's backing him up right now, Axel Wheeler. And he has come out here in the season opener, a long bus trip, morning of the game, an hour and a half lightning delay. It's rained all night. You still look up at the lights, and the water's still falling from the sky. Cody Stevenson, another good kickoff into the end zone. That's a touchback. So man with 4 touchdown passes, 3 of them to Burgess. Burgess has, I'm going to do math now. This could get ugly. 183 yards on 3 touchdown catches.
I feel like that's a pretty decent average. 60 yards a catch. Why not?
Got to get him the ball one more time, make sure he's over 200 yards receiving, right? He might have another catch. He might have a 4th catch mixed in early in the game.
Yeah, we still got plenty of time in this one. Who knows?
11:05 to go in the game. Now a big hill for Wasatch. The big plays are killing them. They're down 29-19.
I think their best drive of the game so far was that last one, though. We'll see if they can replicate it.
They got a couple field goals, a couple touchdowns. That was a long drive. It was a quarterback run right here, an 80-yarder. That was their first touchdown. And out across the 40 with another big play. Bryce Harr is over 100 yards rushing in this game.
He has great vision for a quarterback. He's got great vision for any position. Sees the hole.
I think that's Axel Wheeler in now. We got to get a look at him. Yes, that was Axel Wheeler with a 21-yard run. So Bryce Harr had the 80-yard touchdown run on the keeper earlier. It's now Axel Wheeler in, and we were told they would get him on the field and find a way to get him the ball. And he stays in at quarterback here. Wheeler, low snap. He'll hand it off.
Sandoval up the middle.
And Braxton Sandoval out to the 40-yard line. We've been mentioning all the sophomores playing for Wasatch. Axel Wheeler is a sophomore quarterback.
He is, and we thought.
Yeah, just give it to Braxton Sandoval, a sophomore, who's replacing Austin Wild, who's having a big game. Who's a sophomore?
They've done this before, just never at 7 p.m. on a Thursday night. But good to see these young kids stepping into these roles. We thought we might see Axel Wheeler a little bit. I have no idea if Harr is injured or what the story is with that. Looks like he's thrown down here on the sideline trying to get warm. Reaching for his hand.
I wonder if he has something going on with his wrist. He's showing it to one of the coaches now. And we've got flags. I don't even know which player they can call that on. There were 3 receivers downfield. Obviously some confusion with the snap count. But you switch up the quarterbacks. These things happen sometimes. So 10-10 to go in the 4th quarter.
Especially with the young, inexperienced quarterbacks switching mid-game like this. But Axel Wheeler is a very athletic, talented player. I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. As we see Harr down here on the sideline, he is in deep conversation with what looks like a trainer of some sort.
It's either his right wrist or right hand. He's holding that lower part of that arm, and I couldn't tell if they were looking at the palm or the wrist.
That's his throwing hand, too.
He's jogging down the sideline. He's on the track down to the 20-yard line. Wheeler has this drive. He may have the rest of the game. He'll hand it off. Trying to run sideways. He kept it. He goes to the far side. Well, he's running sideways. Either way, the Cedar defense got upfield on both sides, and that is going to put Wasatch well behind the chains. The Cedar defense, they're going to mark that at the 35. They got to get across midfield to the 49. So the scoreboard says 3rd and 11, but that's 3rd and 16. They've changed it, 3rd and 16 for Wasatch.
Yeah, big loss on that play. And again, a quarterback that hasn't thrown a pass all game. Cedar's going to pin their ears back and attack. Expect them to do the same thing here.
Comes in motion to the near side. Wheeler rolls. Tried to throw across his body, then has to pull it down. Nobody open. He gets sacked back at the 29-yard line. And the Cedar defense coming up big with a 10-point lead. They needed to do something and get off the field. And they do. It is going to be 4th and forever for Wasatch. And given the time and the score, they want to go for it. There's a flag down on the far side. It's declined. It's against Wasatch. So on 4th and 22, Wasatch is lined up to punt it away. Now, they did run a fake earlier. And it was converted, and it was 4th and long when they ran it. Seems like the element of surprise is now gone, though.
Yeah, I think they might have burned that card.
Well, it helped them score a touchdown, and now we've got another flag. 4th and 22 is about to come 4th and 27. Given where that flag was thrown from, it might be delay of game.
I saw a Cedar player signaling that somebody had moved as well. We'll see.
Okay, well, either way, it's a 5-yard penalty. So it is now 4th and 27.
And it has not been clean all night long, special teams for Wasatch either.
Oh, and there's the drop snap and the punt to get it away. Hunter Burgess is going to track it down on the far sideline, and he's going to let it roll out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Good decision. No reason to try to pick that thing up. You got a 10-point lead with 8:51 to go. And the Cedar offense will come out on the field with a 10-point lead in the ball and a chance to shorten this game. We're back in a moment on KSLSports.com and the KSL Sports app. Welcome back to Wasatch High. Cedar's got the lead. They're up by 10 with the ball, 4th quarter, and they are going to keep it simple.
35, the ball carrier, tackled by number 25, Brecken Wagstaff.
Going to hand it off, see if they can run some clock and shorten this game. Braxton DeMille is having a heck of a game. He has been really good running the ball for Cedar. They just gave it to him on 1st down there, and they will mark that as a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8. But I would not be surprised if they just give it right back to him.
Yeah, that might be his shortest gain all second half here. He has been a machine.
Man, right back to DeMille, right up the middle, 40, 45, 1st down. He's out onto the Wasatch logo. They're going to mark him down just short of the 47.
Stumbles forward for an extra 3 or 4 yards, just making sure that that 1st down is in the books. And Braxton DeMille has had an outstanding game, but if you look at the stats, it looks like it has been all man and Burgess, and just a wild occurrence here for Cedar. I mean, Burgess has 3 catches for 60 yards.
They're going to give DeMille a break, and they're going to hand off, and nothing there as the defensive line wins their battles. They gave the ball to Owen Burton, the senior in at running back, but he didn't have anywhere to go, met by a wall of brown jerseys.
You see that Wasatch defensive front taking the action of DeMille being out personally and trying to get a stop, gets 2-yard loss on that one. Anything they can do to give themselves an advantage right here.
Second and 12 for Cedar. Quarterback keeper. And a flag down, and man's down at the 48. When the flag is thrown by someone who's 10 yards up behind the line of scrimmage, what do you think the call might be?
That one, I think, is going to be something with regards to holding or blocking in the back, anything illegal in that regard.
Yeah. It's almost certainly against the offense. Really, the only thing that you might call defensively from there is if you saw a face mask.
Yep.
But it is indeed. Oh, it's a personal foul against offense, so they're going to back it up.
Yeah, so
and that'll be spotted. Now they got to get to the across midfield to the 43. They moved it all the way back to the 29-yard line. So that is 2nd and 28. Ooh. Score updates brought to you by Utah State University's Huntsman School of Business. Mountain Ridge leading Skyridge 27-20 with 5 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Stansbury leading Skyline 7-3 at halftime. They're going to go right back to the senior Owen Burton, and he is going to power ahead to the 30-yard line. And at this point, Cedar is just going to be conservative. They're going to run clock. Under 6.5 minutes to go, with the clock ticking down towards the 6-minute mark. And Cedar trying to protect a 10-point lead. And what would be their 14th consecutive win, just upping the school record each and every week here.
And they're on a run right now, and fortunately they've got a 3rd and long here where it's going to take one of those special plays that we've seen a few times tonight. I don't know if Coach has one in the cards for a 28-yard gain, but we'll see.
And we have yet another whistle. And this time we're going to have a timeout. Cedar's going to burn their 2nd timeout here, protecting a 10-point lead. 5:46 to go in the 4th quarter. Cedar leads 29-19. We're back in a moment. You're watching high school football on KSLSports.com and the KSL Sports app.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. Oh, yeah. Knowing people from Cedar, for sure.
Oh, yeah. They're up there like, we'll just stay in the parking lot. Welcome back to Wasatch High School. Cedar facing 3rd and forever is going to throw a quick screen to the near side, and that's not going to work. Wasatch is going to hold as Hunter Burgess is wrestled to the ground. Maybe a yard.
I know that's going to drop his average. So far, he was 3 for 3 with 3 touchdowns.
So that, I'll mark it at the 31. 4th and 26. And Cody Stevenson comes out to punt it away for Cedar.
And that was the stop that Wasatch desperately needed, and little assistance from some penalties there got it done.
The sophomore Grady Coombs back to return the punt. It's a line drive, a couple of hops. He's going to have to let it roll inside the 30, inside the 24. And that ball dies at the 20-yard line. So a good punt right there. That's a 54-yard punt with the carry and the roll. No return, and Wasatch take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. And it does look like Bryce Haar, who was holding that wrist, is going to return to the game here. Is he coming back onto the field? Yes, he is. He's in the middle of the huddle. So Bryce Haar will return to action here with Wasatch needing to do something pretty dramatic. They're running out of time here midway through the 4th quarter. They need a score, a stop, and a score. 4:50 to go. Man will throw. Man's hit. Man slips away. Brought down, flings the ball out of bounds. They're going to call it a sack. He was down before he flicked that ball forward. So 5-yard loss with the sack. Got to figure Cedar with one more stop pretty much ends this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've seen crazy things before, but a 2-score game, it's really tough.
This is it for Wasatch. They really need something right here. The clock's running again. They've restarted it after spotting the ball after the sack. 4.5 minutes to go, and it's ticking. Jackson man to throw, complete, 25-yard line. Making the catch. In traffic, that was Wyatt Washburn, the junior.
We get a timeout here, it looks like.
Jake York on the tackle.
Timeout.
Didn't get clarification on who called that one, but I tell you what, Haar looked pretty good throwing the ball to Washburn on that one. Worried about that injured hand, right? He not exactly sure if he got it taped up, if they're just checking it or what. Get him outside the pocket, let him get a completion, get that adrenaline going, give yourself a shot.
We saw the timeout called. I didn't. You didn't see him point to either team either, did you?
No.
Well, the scoreboard operator, I've thought, well, we'll wait and see which one they take off the scoreboard, and they haven't taken one off the scoreboard. It shows Wasatch with 3 and Cedar with 1, and that can't be correct at this point. So that's a little bit of a mystery. They spot the ball at the 26. So it's 3rd and 4 for Wasatch. Man to throw. Complete. Flag down behind the play at the 45-yard line. That's a first down. If it stands, it's Cole Moore over a middle again. The sophomore is a big target, and he has made a couple of big catches over the middle of the field. But there is an ineligible receiver downfield for Wasatch. That is a difficult penalty to take in this situation when you know you're pass blocking. You just can't go downfield, but you're starting 3 juniors and 2 sophomores, and the inexperience shows on the front line. That they really needed that first down at the 45, and instead they're back at the 21-yard line, and it's 3rd and 14. 4:03 to go, and the clock is moving. Haar thrown over to the far side, dropped. Washburn turned it upfield before he tucked it away, although I don't think he was getting anywhere near the first down.
No, he wasn't going to get much more than a couple yards on that one, but I think rewinding it back to the play before, that's a great play by Moore to make that catch and just nearly catastrophic penalty. And you talk about first game jitters and experience, and it all factors in. It's just one of those things that you have to play through, and we'll see if Wasatch can get their minds straight and figure something out here.
Fourth and 9 at the 21. Cedar gets a stop here. They ought to win the game. Pretty much put it away with a stop. Man's going to throw downfield. He's got somebody complete at the 40 across midfield. Unbelievable. It's Wyatt Washburn getting deep. You can't get beat deep there, and yet Cedar does a 39-yard gain. And hope lives for Wasatch for another set of downs.
What a gutsy throw by Bryce Haar. He just stands back there, says, "Get on your horse." What a play.
Haar to throw again. This time underneath, over to the far side, and Wyatt Washburn can't hold on. Probably just as well. He would have been tackled in bounds. Clock would have been running. Clock stops, 3:42 to go. Cedar leads 29-19. Cedar just needs to make tackles in bounds, keep the game in front of them. Time and score is what they're playing right here. They cannot get beat over the top again. See if Wasatch takes another shot here on this snap or the next one. Haar has thrown a good deep ball tonight. They're going to throw. It's a little high, and again, they're going to Wyatt Washburn, and he does well to get a hand on the ball, but he can't pull it in.
You see that Moore is blanketed wherever he goes, and so they're trying to work that sideline to Washburn, and a little bit inconsistent there. Had a drop earlier, not able to get the completion on that one, but for me right now, it's Bryce Haar standing in here, and we know that he was working through some kind of injury. We don't know what. What he's doing out there is impressive.
3rd and 10 at the 39. 3:38 to play in the game. Wasatch trying to wipe out a 10-point deficit. Thrown across his body, complete at the 30. First down, ball's knocked out, it stays in bounds, and it is recovered by Cedar. Jake York with the recovery.
Been a relatively turnover-free game, and just at the worst possible time, that one knocked loose away from the Wasatch Wasps, and the Cedar Reds are on top of it. Wow.
Grady Coombs being consoled on the sideline, hands on the helmet. He had the ball. He had the first down.
That was a great call by Coach Bringhurst and his staff. He bring more over the middle. Coombs was open and just ball slips away from him.
One turnover apiece in this game. Wasatch had an interception right at the end of the first half. Predictably, Cedar goes right back to the ground. Why wouldn't they? Braxton DeMille with another good carry out across the 20. He's close to a first down.
I have to imagine he's close to 100 yards in this game, too. You don't get a hit the over. Yep.
Taking the over.
Number 6 in on the tackle.
We don't get official stats up here, but to your point, DJ, it's Cedar's game at this point. You've got control. Just keep moving those chains, and this one's going to go in your favor.
Under 3 minutes to play now. That was a first down, 10-yard gain. 1st and 10 again for Cedar. Right back to Braxton DeMille, straight ahead across the 25, on his feet across the 30, and depending on where they spot it, he may have another first down. He had to get to the 31, and it looks like he's got it. They are going to seen a few conservative spots, I thought, tonight, but they're putting it down at the 32-yard line. That's an 11-yard gain. That's another first down. 2.5 minutes left. Clock moving. Cedar High up 29-19 on their way to a season-opening win and a 14th consecutive victory. For Cedar, they're going to Pineview next week. Going to test themselves against some Region 9 teams. Pineview on the road, and then Snow Canyon and Dixie will visit Cedar High. First and 10 at the 32. Back to Braxton DeMille, 35, 40, straight ahead, 45. He's got another first down. Under 2 minutes to play.
Cedar milking every last second out of that play clock. Got under 5 before they even started getting through the cadence. And Wasatch still trying to get lined up, trying to do anything they can. Had a few substitutions, looked like for equipment issues here, but the one standard throughout this whole thing has been Braxton DeMille and the way he's been able to run down the middle of that Wasatch defense.
1:23 to play in the game. At this point, I think Cedar can just kneel down unless Wasatch were to use their timeouts, which I think at this point there's really no reason. DeMille gets hit right at the 46. That'll be a loss of a yard. But Wasatch not using their timeouts. 1 minute to go and the clock's moving.
And if you were, that would be the time to call the timeout, right? But
down 10, I think they're just going to let Cedar get on the bus after that long lightning delay.
Yeah.
Cedar's going to be lucky he's going to be going to bed about 3 in the morning.
They might get home right about the time the garbage trucks are starting to pick up.
Just one more play here for Cedar High. .30 seconds left. And they will kneel down and let the clock run out. A good game. A good opener here. Cedar High wins. They defeat Wasatch 29-19. And Brian, we saw a lot of big-time plays in this game. The opening drive before the long lightning delay, Austin Wild with a 55-yard field goal. That was certainly impressive. And then the teams traded big plays. The 80-yard touchdown pass over the top, man to Burgess. Hunter Burgess doing a great job getting hit after he made the catch, keeping his feet, and then outrunning everyone to the end zone. But on the very next play, Bryson Haar pulls the ball, keeps it himself, and he goes 80 yards for a touchdown. It was 14-13 at the half, but the second half, man to Burgess for a 36-yard touchdown, man to Burgess for a 67-yard touchdown, and this one ends 29-19. Final thoughts on this one tonight, Brian?
An impressive effort from the Cedar Reds. You know, first day of school yesterday, got a long bus ride coming up today. Then you add an hour-and-a-half long weather delay, and they just stuck with what they knew would work, and that was Braxton DeMille in the run game and man to Burgess in the throw game, and it results in a big win on the road. The streak continues, but on top of that, a very young Wasatch team hung with them blow for blow. Just couldn't quite get it done there at the end. And this is all you can ask for in a high school football game.
Updating you on scores from around the state, 3 games tonight, and they were all impacted by lightning and weather delays. The scores are brought to you by Utah State University's Huntsman School of Business. Stansbury's leading Skyline 14-10. They've got 7 minutes to play in the game. Mountain Ridge is leading Sky Ridge 34-26. They have 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And here in Heber City, Cedar defeats Wasatch 29-19. That'll do it for us tonight. For Brian Brown, for our producer Trevor Allen, and for our cameraman Tino Sagi and Alma Bean, I'm David James. Thanking you for joining us. Cedar wins the season opener 29-19. They make it 14 straight wins. They will try to make it 15 in a row next week when they go to Pineview. And Wasatch will hit the road next week, try to bounce back. They are making the long trip up to Cache County to play at Mountain Crest. We've got 23 games for you on the KSL Sports app and KSLSports.com Friday night. 2 more high school games Saturday from Snow College. 27 games in all this week. Stay tuned all year long to KSL Sports and the KSL Sports app. A couple dozen games every week as you enjoy the high school football season. Thanks for joining us tonight. Our final score, once again, Cedar wins 29-19 over Wasatch. Have a good night.